just modified existing
Sorry?
online? For the shell scripts, have
Okay.
you developed any shell scripts from scratch, or
Yes,
just
I have
existing
developed the
ones?
shell script from scratch only. I have developed one shell script for like deploying the application into the IBM cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So through like Cloud Foundry command line interface tool using that commands. And also I have developed one shell script. Okay, that is like a database backup. I have created one generic shell script. What it will do, just it will take the two arguments, input arguments, data base name and the DB backup location. So based on that DB name, automatically it will connect and it will take the backup and it will put it into the location in that particular server. That
Okay.
one. And yeah, those are the main things I have done.
Okay. Have you installed any OS from scratch?
Oh yes.
Like on a server?
Operating systems?
Mm-hmm.
No, while procuring, we will mention that, so in the Linux we have different distribution systems like Red Hat, Ubuntu, CentOS. So while procuring, they will install and they will give. On top of that one, if any DevOps tools, like any Jenkins, Git, all these things I have developed. I have installed.
Okay.
So before proceed our discussion, are you looking full pure Linux administration as well as? Because the question you have asked, no, it's related to the Linux pure administration part. So installing, configuring all the Samba servers and all, right? So I'm not taking care of that one. For that, we have dedicated Linux administration team is there. They are not giving all the rights to do all this. We're using that services.
Okay. No, that's fine. If you have not done, it's okay. But are you?
Yeah, I am good in this administration part. Administration part is like user administration, not the server level administration part. User level administration. Suppose if any new resources onboarding to my project, I am creating the users and I'm providing the normal. I have the administration root access. I can take care of that. But this server administration part, I am not installing operating systems and all.
Okay, that's fine if you have not done it. My question is, if this particular position requires it, are you open to do that? Or
definitely. If you give I am not a junior resource. If you give the chance to me, I will learn and I will implement.
Okay. So, how comfortable you are with Linux operating systems and such?
Which one? Sorry, Linux?
Yeah.
Yes, I am very good in. I have done so many times installation in different servers. This Ansible, Docker, continuous integration tools.
So you have done that using like RPMs or like from the Git?
I did. I only installed in the CentOS and Red Hat. Okay, we have used the Ubuntu. Three mainly distribution systems I have used it.
Yeah, that's fine. So say if you get some source code from the GitHub.
Okay.
Right? Are you aware how you would build and deploy?
Definitely. I have worked on this Ant and Maven build tools also. So first the developer, he will develop the code and he will put it into the GitHub repository. So what we are doing, if you want to check out the code into your local machine, your local desktop or local laptop, first you have to install the Git bash. With that Git bash only, the command line interface tool only, you can able to connect to that GitHub and you can check out the code. Or you can directly connect to in the UI, GitHub that whatever the enterprise URL, log in with credentials. Right side one option is the download. But if you download it like that, only the code it will come and all the version controls, the versions and the history will not come. So what you will do, just you can create initialize one empty repository in your local machine, just git init and check git clone. First time you are taking all the code means just git clone the repository URL you can give it. So automatically. So once you download it, after that the developer has uploaded the updated code. Again, if you want to take the update, just you can execute git fetch or that git pull. Either one you can use.
Okay. Are you aware of like run levels on the Linux system?
Run level, I know, but I didn't work on that one. If you go into the etc directory, if you log in into any of the operating system, Linux, we have one subdirectory called etc. In the etc, we have different drive, init 0, init 1, like that. So there I have mentioned, suppose I have installed one software. As soon as the server is suppose restarted, I want to start my services. That time I have used that init 1. In that file I have added that these things.
Okay. So do you know, like, if I have one service,
sorry,
and I want to make, so say I have a service and I want that service to run always, whenever my server starts. So what you would do on a particular Linux system for this? Okay.
So system control, that one command is there. Enable, that service name you can give. If you do that one, suppose your server is restarted automatically, whatever that service, automatically it will restart. Suppose if you don't enable that service system control command, it will not start automatically. So again you have to start using service is one command, service. Suppose Jenkins is one service. Service, the service name is Jenkins, and first you can check the status, whether it is running or not. If it is not running, just you can give service, the Jenkins service name, okay, then you can give the start automatically. But if you enable that one using system control command, that command, system control, enable the service name, the Jenkins. As soon as the server is restarted, okay, automatically this Jenkins service also up and
running. Do you know like /etc systemctl.conf file?
/etc?
sysctl.conf?
Yes. In that syscontrol file only we will enable or disable the services which it has to run by default if the server is restarted.
No, the systemctl.conf file also has the list of services?
Which file?
sysctl.conf. sysctl.conf.
SYS?
ctl.conf.
No, I'm not aware of SYS CTL, right?
CTL, yeah.
CTL.conf file? I'm not aware of that one.
Okay. Have you done any partitioning before?
I didn't done, just using the partition command, you can do that one, but I didn't, that's what I said, right? All the Linux administration part is taken care of by my Linux server administration team, dedicated. Even if you want to increase the space, they will creating the mounting and unmounting they are doing, but I didn't done that much level.
Okay. So say if you want to find out, what the current partitioning looks like, so which command you will use?
Just you can use the CF, that df-h. Just you can use the df command. So automatically it will give how many partitions and how much each partition having, the space, total space, how much it is utilized, okay, and how much it is available. With the space it will give everything.
Okay. And if you want to find out, disk usage of a particular user, say.
Okay, that time you can use the du command. Disk usage, du -h. -h means, okay, that human readable format it will give. And that particular drive you can, that directory can give, /home or / that particular user. So automatically it will give that how much it uses by that particular drive.
Okay. See, if you want to check if a particular process is running.
Particular?
Process. If you want to find out if a particular process is running or not.
Okay.
How will you do that?
So for that one, if you want to check any of the, suppose Jenkins is running or not, just so if the Jenkins server is running, definitely it will create one process ID. Just you can check ps-ef, pipe symbol and grep, give that Jenkins. Automatically it will give all the Jenkins process ID so that we can find it whether Jenkins is running or not. Suppose you want to find all the Java services is running or not, just ps-ef, grep, Java, so that it will give all the Java services.
Okay. So say if a particular command hangs, what would you do?
Find command?
A particular command, no, not find as such. You have fired a command and then it hangs.
Okay.
Then what would be your step?
So any command you are saying? Correct, right? You are saying?
Yeah.
So what I will do, I will open another terminal. So from one terminal you have fired, suppose ls command. It got hanged. Okay. So what I will do, I will open another terminal. Okay. In that terminal, I will connect to that particular server with that same user, and I will check it ps-ef, grep, ls. Okay. So that it will give that particular command process ID. If it is hung, then I will go and I will kill using kill command, kill -9. Okay, that process ID I will give. So that whatever the command we have executed, it will be killed.
Okay. So what is this -9 argument?
-9 argument is nothing. That is the one signal type for killing that one. Kill is the one command. Like that we have different signals are there in the kill.
Yeah, so what kind of signals are there?
That -9 is the kill signal.
Are you aware of any other examples?
Other, I didn't get a chance to work on, but that's why I didn't remember. But I know other 1, 2, 3, 4, like 20 plus the signals are there. But I didn't get a chance to go through that one also. That's why I'm not much familiar with the other options.
Okay. If you want to find out the memory usage,
okay.
Command you can use.
So memory means you are saying RAM you are mentioning? Okay. First, you can execute that free command. It will give how much of RAM it is there, how much of it is utilized. It will give that one. Just free. And you can, if you want to display in the human readable format, just you can execute that free -h. It will give. And also you can use one more important command, top command. It will give total how many users are. It will give like top is like one server monitoring tool we can say, because just if you execute the top command, it will give how many users are connected, what is the load average, how much of CPU utilization, how much of memory utilization, everything it will give. How much of RAM memory, everything it will give. So that you can using two commands you can find the CPU memory, how much it is used, how much it is total memory, CPU RAM memory.
Which editors you have used on the Linux?
I have used mainly vim editor. I have used. Okay. I know Nano, but I am very comfortable with
vim. With like searching, sorting things, and then.
Yes, I am very good with this vim, but I didn't use it on other editors because I am very good familiar with vim. So I like that one.
Okay. You said you had written a bash script for the backup, right? So
yes,
what is the best way to backup files on Linux?
So actually we have created one, that's what we mounted one drive. So as soon as we have configured this cron job for this one. Okay. So for one particular database, for production database, we are taking the back of this one. So every day night 12 o'clock it is running for my current project. So it's running and it's connecting to that MySQL database and it is getting that backup and we're putting into the one hard drive. So we have configured a cron job for that one.
So that's fine. Say I have a particular directory.
Okay.
That I want to back up, right?
Okay.
So what would be your step?
Yes, you can redirect to that output. Already we have mentioned while that my backup script, database backup.sh script, it is taking two arguments. One is database name, another one is where that backup we need to take.
Let's keep the database away. I have a directory, right?
Okay.
On my
whatever we are taking that backup file, in that we are we are putting using copy command. We are giving the absolute path of that directory.
Okay.
NFS we have used. So that particular whatever the mounted directory, in that directory we have copied using copy command after taking the backup.
You will just copy, you won't compress?
Sorry? After taking, we are compressing using zip command. So because that's what we have written so many archive commands. So as soon as taking the backup, we are compressing and we are copying into that particular, because if you don't compress, it will occupy more memory. And also we are cleaning up. We have created one script also. After 1 month, whatever the scripts which are having the older of 1 month, so we are cleaning up. We have created the one script also, that one for that one. And we have every 1 week it is running. For that one also we have configured the cron job. Automatically it will run, it will clean up in that directory. So only the 30 days backup of the database backup we are putting.
Okay. Do you know symbolic links on Linux?
Yes, symbolic links I know. So using ln command, ln command, you can create the symbolic. Just if you ln or the file name, give the another file name, automatically it will create the file 1, file 2, the links between that one. So by default it will create the hard link. So if you want to see whether it is created the hard link, links, okay, just you can type ls-l. It will give the arrow mark between those two files. Okay, means these two are the link between each other. So by default it will create the hard link. Hard link means it will create the physical two files. Okay, so if you want to create the soft link, just you can use the -s, ln -s, the files, whatever the files you want to link, we can. I used it in my current project and previous project also. When I have used it, suppose in the Liberty profile applications we have deployed in the production environment. So the developers doesn't have the access to particular directory of that log file. So what I did, in the temp directory everybody have the access. Correct. So I have created a link between to the temp directory and that the log file, so that they are accessing this log file from the temp directory. So I have used it in my real time project also.
So say you are trying to back up a directory which has this soft link.
Okay. We didn't create any soft links for this one.
So inside your directory there is something which has a soft link, right?
Okay.
And now you are creating a backup of the directory. So what will happen to the soft link?
So suppose if you create a soft link, okay? So if that original file will gone, your soft link will not work. If you create the hard link, even original file will remove also, that whatever the link you have created, that file will exist. That is the difference between main hard link and the soft link.
No, that's fine. Now the question is, say you have created a soft link.
Okay.
In a particular directory. For linking to some other resource. And now you are taking a backup. You are archiving this.
So yes, that's why. Suppose whatever that backup directory I have linked to created the soft link to the other directory, temp directory. Suppose if that archive directory will updated, suppose every time keep on creating that backups, right? Suppose every day, automatically that TMP directory will also be updated. It will create the automatic. Suppose if the original directory will update, automatically the soft link that directory will also update it. Automatically will update.
So in the tar that you create or the zip that you create, you will get that original file copied, or like what will happen?
That original file will copy there. It's suppose if you create a soft link, that original file never will create. Just it will like shortcut in the Windows machine, we can say. The original file it will not, just the link it will be copied there. If you access that one, automatically you will access this original file. If you create a soft link, if you create a hard link, the physical copy it will copy.
So you must have used SSH to log into servers, right?
Yes, I have used SSH command to log in into that all my Linux servers.
So if you have to log in without a password, do you know how this can be done?
Yes, definitely I know that one. Without password, I have did a passwordless connection between the multiple servers using SSH-keygen. SSH-keygen, suppose in the Linux server 1, okay? And you want to connect to from Linux server 1 to the Linux server 2, use without passwordless. First, in the Linux server 1, you can execute one command, SSH-keygen. Automatically it will generate it will use as the default encryption algorithm as RSA algorithm. So it will generate the one public key and private key, which is available in your home directory under that SSH. Okay, it will directly there. It will create two files: ID underscore RSA, ID underscore RSA.pub. That ID underscore RSA pub we will copy into using SSH-copy ID1 command. Okay, from Linux server 1 will trigger that command and will give the username to and @Linux server 2. Automatically, it will copy this public key into that Linux server 2, which is under .ssh directory of authorized underscore keys in that particular file. This key it will copy. So that first time it will, while copying, it will ask the password. After that, once if you copy from Linux server 1 to the Linux server 2, just you can execute SSH username @Linux server 2. Automatically, it will connect without password. These are the configurations I have done for multiple servers because I am using the Ansible. So from Ansible server 2, it will connect into that multiple nodes, Ansible nodes.
Are you aware of port forwarding?
Sorry, I am not getting.
Port forwarding?
Port forwarding? I'm not aware of that, whatever maybe. Just what I did, if I get any new Linux server, okay, first I will check from that my server to whether that particular server I can able to, with particular port, I can able to connect or not using telnet, that whatever that host name of the new server and the particular port number. So that if it is connected, so okay, if I am not able to connect, so we don't have the access to enable that port in the firewall. So just I will raise one ticket so that the network team. So some of the servers I have that access. I will go and I will enable that the port number in the firewall. So, but some of the Linux servers we don't have the access. They have dedicated that the support team is there. So just I will raise one Jira ticket. I will assign to the server networking admin team. They are enabling that port number in that particular server, so that from I can connect from my Jenkins server to a different access repository in that server.
Okay. So I have some bash related questions.
Sorry?
I have some scripting related questions.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
So you have used the loop construct?
You?
Loop?
Can you spell
Programming
it?
loop?
Yeah. Oh, yes, I have used the loop. Yeah. Yes, for loop. Okay.
So,
and while loop I have used.
Yeah. So do you know difference between break and continue?
Yes. Break and continue, both are the keywords. Okay. So if you put it to break, the control will stop and it will execute that one. So suppose you are checking in the if condition, something, if the condition is passed, you can continue, or if the condition is not passed, you can break. So if you use the break, it will stop that control and it will exit that one. So if you use the continue, it will continue that till end of the program.
If it is continue, then?
Yeah, if it is continue, further commands it will execute whatever in the next after continue keyword, whatever the comments are written in the shell script, it will continue. It will start execution.
It will start execution of the commands after continue, or it will skip that particular loop?
Sorry, I'm not getting.
Okay, I have a for loop.
Okay.
Okay. And within that, if some condition, is there, I break. And otherwise, if some condition is there, I continue.
Okay.
So can you just compare, how break will work in this case, and then how continue will work in this case?
So suppose maybe in the for loop, if the condition in the for loop will use the initialization first, and after that condition, okay, and the increment or decrement you will use. Suppose whatever the condition, it satisfies in the loop, it will go on, it will execute that one. If it is the condition is not satisfied, it will say break. Automatically it will, even if you don't write that break also, it will exit that loop and it will execute further commands.
Okay.
If you use the while loop, so in the while, just only the condition will write. So outside of that for loop, that while loop, will initialize that variable. So in the condition, when the while condition will use only the condition only, that one. So and increment or decrement will write inside that while loop will write. That is the main difference between for loop and the while loop. In the for loop will put all the conditions, means like initialization parameter, the value, and that condition I less than or equal to 5 or something, and the incrementer I plus plus or I minus or the whatever the increments, post or pre-increment.
Okay. Do you know the difference between single and double quotes?
Yes, single quote. Just if you want to, even single quote we'll use for putting that string. If you put that more single or more characters you put putting into that double quotes will treat as a string. So if you want to put any string and if you want to put it that any escape characters inside, we will use that double quote. If you don't use any escape characters, then you can go for single quotes.
Okay, that's the only difference?
Yeah, I know that is the difference. I have used that single quotes and double quotes in the echo command also. So if you don't use along with echo command, you use the script. Suppose echo this one, please enter the username, and please and enter. I have given more space. Okay. If you don't put it that in the single or double quotes, it will remove that more space and it will preserve only the single space.
Okay. Do you know how you can debug a bash script?
Yes, I have debugged whatever the script I have written. I have debugged using the set. Mainly we can run in the script in the debug mode like whatever the script, okay, sh, the script name plus x you can use. So automatically it will run in the every command in that particular script it will run in the debug mode. But I don't want entire script can run in the debug mode. Suppose I want some portion of the script I want to run in the debug mode. That time what I will do? I will open the script file. Just I will put that set -x. Okay. From that time onwards it will start, and I will put it till at what line I want to execute. There I will come and set plus x, so that whatever in between that set -x and set plus x, the commands, the script which will run in the debug mode.
Okay. And how do you check the status of the last command within a script?
Okay. So you are asking previous command execution status, you are speaking? So we leave some $echo $? If you use that one, it will give the previous command execution status. If it gives 0, it is like previous command execution status successful. It will give 0. Suppose it gives some any error code, maybe sometimes I see 127. that 127 is related to the command not found exception. That is the standard code. I saw that one.
Yes. Okay. Do you know the types of variables?
Yes, I know the type of variables. Actually, in the Linux, we have two types of variables. One is like shell variables, or we'll call it as system variables. So these variables are created and maintained by that shell type, whether that a bash. Default one is the bash shell type. So apart from that one, I have created many user-defined variables. I created user-defined variables and set the variables also. So if you want to access the system-defined variables, or we'll call it shell variables also, we'll call it. So if you want to access those variables, I want to see how many variables are there in that particular Linux server. Just you can type the env or print env. It will display all the variables that shell variables, or we'll call system variables, along with that values also. So if you want to particular variable you want to display, just type echo the dollar symbol, that the variable name you can use. By default, all the system variables are defined in the capital letters. So that's why I have created my user-defined variables in the small cases, because I want to differentiate. So as a best practice, I have followed that one. I have created all the variables, user-defined variables in the small cases.
Okay. Have you used sed and awk command?
Mainly I have worked on that std command, but I didn't work on awk command, but I know that one. If you want to do the format, already you have one file. You want to display the one such like one format. I want to display the row 4 only. Okay. I want to display only the row 3 values. Okay, that time we will go for the AWK, but I didn't get a chance to much work on that one.
Okay, and for when would you use sed?
Said suppose stream editor, like suppose you don't, one file is there, you don't want to edit that file, but you want to, while displaying the output, and suppose you want to replace one, okay, one string with other string. That time we'll go for the, it's like you don't want to update the file and you want to just on top of whatever the edit, the stream, on top of stream you have to work, that time we'll go for the std. Suppose I want to display in one file, many files are there, many lines of the code is there. I want to display particular lines. That time I will go and I will use the std command. I will display and I will see what is the code in that particular lines.
Okay. So if you have to fire 2 commands in the background, and make sure that
one second, I'm not getting.
You want to, execute 2 commands in the background.
Okay.
Okay. And you want to make sure that, they are executed serially. So how will you fire them?
Executed?
One after the other.
Okay. So, first of all, if you want to run any job in the background, even if you execute, suppose you have opened one terminal and you have running one job, shell script or something. If you close that terminal, put the terminal, automatically it will close that job. So what I did in the initial days, it was taking almost 20 hours for generating one report. Monthly we are generating one report. So that time I have to wait. Okay, that time I was using desktop, I'm running and I'm sometimes in between the system got shut down. So that time it is not running. What I did, using no hop, no HUP command in front of that command, and I have executed. Even if you close the terminal also, even if you shut down the system also, in the background, it's keep on running. So that my report will generate. If you want to see the jobs, just type the BG, background jobs. Automatically it will replace what are the jobs are running in the background. Suppose if you want to set the priority for particular, suppose 10 jobs are there. Okay, I want to run this job is first. That time I will use the nice command. I will set the priority for that one.
Which command you said?
Nice, N-I-C, nice command. Using nice command, you can set the priority for that one. we have different priorities out there.
Okay. And say I'm just firing something on the terminal and I want that to, execute in the background.
Okay. So, you can put it into that, this one, that and symbol. Okay. Automatically it will run in the background, that whatever the job.
Okay. And now say, I have first command and after that completes, then I want to run the second command, right?
Yes,
and
that's
both
right.
I want to execute
before running that,
it's like, make install, if you are aware.
Yes,
if
that's
the first one succeeds, then only I want to execute the other one.
But I have used like this, suppose 5 jobs are there. For the 5 jobs, I want to run in the priority order. First this job runs, then it will run in this job. So that using a nice command, I have set the priority. So job 1 is priority. So whatever the job first I have to run, for that job I have to do the first priority. Like that, first I have set the priority using nice command, then I have started. So that first it will run the whatever the priority 1, it will run that job.
So if first command fails, then also the second will run?
I didn't check that one. But every time it is running in the production, so that's why maybe I didn't. I'm not sure whether if the first job is failed, other job will run or not. I'm not sure.
Okay. So do you know diff command?
Yes. Which command?
Diff.
Difference. Yes. Suppose if you want to
see. DIFF. Yeah.
Yes. Suppose if you want to see the difference between 2 files using diff command, you can use diff, the file 1 and file 2. It will use the whatever the content in that diff command differences.
Yeah, there is also another command called compare, CMP.
Compare. I didn't use it. That is also just for maybe it will compare the 2 files. The name itself it is there. Just I have drink. But it will compare the 2 files like byte by byte. That one I didn't use this command, first of all, compare command. But I know that was just.
Do you have any questions for me?
I think I don't have much questions. As per our technical discussion, I think you are looking more administration part, right? Can you give me the profile, which profile you are looking?
Can you be a little clear? I could not really hear you.
So as per our discussion, you asked me most of the times all the Linux administration commands only. We didn't go for much on the DevOps side. So this
actually, Shivram, the problem is, we had interviewed initially some candidates directly on the DevOps, questions. And then we figured out that they didn't really know any basics of the Linux administration and, no commands.
Okay.
So that's why, we actually reversed our process, and initially now in the first screening, we are asking Linux administration questions.
Okay.
And then only if we think they are okay on the Linux administration front, then we are moving on to the next level, which is DevOps.
Okay, thank you. I hope I'm very good in
See, basically.
Yes, go ahead. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, tell me. I'm not able to hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think there was some problem in the network maybe.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah. So the thing was, what we observed is like initially we faced a lot of problems if we took the DevOps round first, and we figured out later that, people were not really comfortable on the Linux platform itself.
Okay.
So that's why we have started, doing initial screening on the Linux side and then, do the DevOps side. So
Okay.
we are working for one of our clients. They are the major providers of the voice services in US. We have a huge infrastructure of thousands of virtual machines, and there are like a lot of deployments of the software because the whole software is homegrown. And we use Chef for that, but we are going to migrate Chef to Rundeck.
Rundeck, okay. I have basics on Rundeck also. Okay. Mainly I'm using Ansible. Okay, I can.
Yeah, so we would be migrating to Rundeck.
Okay.
But all the Chef scripts that we have, they internally have a lot of Bash scripts.
Yeah,
so
the default one is the Bash
understand
only.
it, who can understand, analyze the scripts, modify them, and that's where the Bash scripting part comes in.
Yeah, I'm very good in this shell scripting also. I have written so many shell scripts from scratch. Yes.
Okay. So the next round actually would, involve where we would share two Bash, Chef recipes which are actually in Bash scripts. And we would like you to analyze them, figure out where, improvements can be done, and then rewrite them.
Okay, sure.
So is that something that would interest you?
Okay. So after that, suppose if I finish that one, what is the next round?
The next round would be actually a telephonic video interview with the client directly. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thank you,
Shivram, and
welcome.
We'll get back to you.
Welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Just modified existing
Sorry?
online. For the shell script, have you developed any shell scripts from scratch, or
yes, I have developed the shell script from scratch only. I have developed one shell script for deploying the application into the IBM cloud. So through Cloud Foundry command line interface tool using that commands, and also I have developed one shell script. Okay, that is like a database backup. I have created one generic shell script. What it will do, just it will take the command two arguments, input arguments, data base name and the DB backup location. So based on that DB name, automatically it will connect and it will take the backup and it will put it into the location in that particular server. That one. And yeah, those are the main things I have done.
Okay. Have you installed any OS from scratch?
OS.
Like on a server?
Operating systems? No, while procuring, we will mention that. So in the Linux, we have different distribution systems like Red Hat, Ubuntu, CentOS. So while procuring, they will install and they will give. On top of that one, if any DevOps tools like any Jenkins, Git, all these things I have developed. I have installed.
Okay.
So before proceed our discussion, are you looking full pure Linux administration as well as? Because the question you have asked, now it's related to the Linux pure administration part. So installing, configuring all the Samba servers and all, right? So I'm not taking care of that one. For that we have dedicated Linux administration team is there. They are not giving all the rights to